Hello, everyone. This is Chris G, and I wanted to, talk about something real quick that ran across my mind. I know, people out here are trying to, find their way through life and find jobs and stuff. Some people are just trying to, make some quick cash, or just try to get on their feet with a job and stuff like that, just to get some income coming in. I know a lot of people, currently during this time period that I'm recording this, they're going through a lot of inflation and stuff like that, cost of living going up, people moving all over the place. But one thing I wanted to say really was, there's some people that want to go into security, and there's nothing really initially wrong with that. People want to get security jobs and stuff like that. But I am going to say, though, that, regardless of gender, man or woman, if you're going to get into security, you really should think deeply about it, because I know a lot of times people normally pick that job because, they think that that's going to be just a straight up cakewalk job. And there are numerous situations where it can be, cakewalk, disrespect to the people that do those jobs. But, but I'm just being real. A lot of people choose those jobs, because there's not a lot of, commotion. There's not a lot of, stuff rocking the boat. You just kind of go there. Some of them probably, sit down, probably do crossword puzzles or, listen to a little music, put the music down low, on the small little radio that they got or something, and they just, you know, check IDs, or they might just walk around a particular piece of property, land area, just kind of just walk around. But I do want to say that, and shout out to them, if they, they get their money. I have no problem with that. But my thing is this: like, a lot of folks need to start really understanding nowadays that, that percentage of the security jobs just being cakewalk. I believe that percentage is going down. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you really, within the past, like, I'm gonna say, like, ooh, probably like 10 years, you're having a large increase in, like, people going to, like, public places, man, and just, like, wreaking havoc, man. I mean, there was, like, a situation that took place in excuse me, in, like, Allen, Texas, which is north of Dallas, man. And there was a, big a shootout that went down up there, and some people had were unalived and passed away. Real tragic situation. And even the there was a security guy there. But he rest in peace. Excuse me. And my condolences to his family and loved ones. And condolences to everyone that lost their lives there, or got injured. But there was a security dude. He lost his life. And he was in the line of duty trying to, like, stop the gunman. You know what I'm saying? So that was a real sad situation. And I also can remember, and I think that took place in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, the Allen situation. 2024, 2023, one of those 2 years. Excuse me. And then there was a situation where, I remember back in the last decade, I believe, there was a situation that took place in down in Florida. It was last decade, or a handful of years back. There was a gunman that went into the school and did stuff, and the security person, like, basically, like, took off, and didn't, like, want to have anything to do with it. That man had just, like, he was just like, yo, screw this, and was gone, and got away from where the gunman was. And then later on, I believe he was charged with, like, not doing his job and stuff like that. you know so and there's other stories too, but I just wanted to talk about those two right there. It's like, if people need to understand nowadays, if you're going to do the security, whether you are an armed security person or not armed, you need to realize that there is a possibility nowadays that you could be in a situation where lives are on the line. where the bullets start flying, you know what I mean? And, at that point, you're gonna have to make a judgment call. Like for example, if you have a firearm, you gotta ask yourself a question: are you gonna go in there and stop the gunman, or are you gonna take off? Now, if you take off, it's possible you could get charged with something. And it's like, are you willing to deal with that charge? I don't know how severe the charge is going to be, but it's a chance you could get a charge, especially if you're a security guard at a school, so, what I'm saying, or you're going to go in and go do something. But like, this is something that I think a lot of people need to think about before they go do security. I remember there's a guy at the job I currently work at now, and he was talking about like doing security work, I think it was like trying to do it at like what was it? I think doing it at like a transportation a center, like a train station, or like a bus stop, where there's like mass transit that comes through there. And I'm not gonna say what city it is, but he wanted to do that there, and I was just letting them know. I'm just like, hey man, like if you want to do that, and you're armed, you got to realize that if something goes down, that the people you're doing the security for, they're going to expect you to go do something. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to expect you just to like sit in a cut and even be recording with your cell phone, or like burning rubber to get out of there. Like, they're going to expect you to neutralize the threat, and it's like, are you ready to like deal with that? It's just like, joining the military, Army, Marines, or whatever branch you serve. Like, it's like, hey, because I did a video on that before, some time back. People that didn't hear, they might want to check that out too. It's entitled War, and it's like, you got to realize, man, like, it's possible you can go into a situation where you're going to have to bust shots, or you're going to be in an area, like if you're a military person, like you're in an area where things can happen. Even if you're doing a support role, a missile or something can come hit over where you're at, or like mortars or something, some drone with ordnance on it, like you got to be prepared for that. If you're in the Navy, some, sub come hit the ship, a torpedo or something, or a small ship coming to the side and just unloading large rounds with a gun that's mounted to a smaller ship. These types of things can happen, man. And then heading back to the security stuff, like you could be somewhere and some guy, he has a trench coat on and opens up, and has this big old AR, and he's ready with a huge drum on it, like a clip, and he's ready to unload. Are you ready to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? This guy might even have grenades on him or something. Like, are you willing enough to are you willing enough to deal with that possibility? You know, and like I said, I just want people to think about that, man. I'm not trying to deter people from doing security, because security is needed, but I just want people to really think about that, because I'm telling you, the percentage of like the percentage of like those security jobs, just all of just being straight up just extreme cakewalk, that percentage is going down. So I just want people to think about that, regardless of gender. Just take that into consideration before you decide to apply for those jobs, those security jobs. Just ask yourself, are you really willing enough to do something if something goes down? So that's all I have to say. This is Chris G signing up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace, and take care.